down. I love media.
Mm-hmm.
I like to watch interviews. I like to peep game and listen to people drop jewels. I watch your show.
I feel you.
I don't never stop peeping game.
Okay, so
what up, dope? What up, dope? Welcome to another episode of Peep Game. True stories told by me, DukeDaKing. If you ain't subscribed to the channel, do it now. If you ain't like none of my videos, like this video, stroll through any of my videos. But we're gonna keep it 100, we're gonna keep it real, we're gonna continue. I'll tell you about my life experience, true life experience, these actual facts, nothing fabricated, everything's told down to the T. So I want to get right into it, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all about being in a drug raid. It wasn't my first drug raid where I actually was running the place. I got into my first drug raid when I was 8 years old. That's our house got raided because my boyfriend was selling weed out the house. You know, I told y'all about that. Y'all go back and check that out. But this is my first drug raid when I actually started selling drugs myself. So let me get right into it. All right, now this is a point in my life where, like, I'm really just starting to sell dope. I'm just on the block, learning as I go. You know, I got some OGs in the hood giving me pointers, trying to tell me how to do it, you know. But at the time, you know, I'm on the block. It seems like I can't make it nowhere. I'm still got the copping the same old grams with the same old plans, ain't getting nowhere, you know. But at this point, my homeboy K Mill, rest in peace, I never forget it. We were sitting on his porch. We both broke as hell, you know. We ain't got no money to go cop no dope. You know, we do get some. It ain't enough to really make no noise with, you know what I'm saying? So we sitting on this porch, and we had this guy in our neighborhood, man. He was just always the man. Just for years, I can remember as a kid, he's always the man. His name was Big H. Big H, later on in life, ended up becoming a snitch, actually setting up somebody that's from our same neighborhood. Well, he actually didn't try to. The guy came through. I happened to be there during the raid. But anyway, that's another story. I'll tell you about that on another. But this is about, okay, we sit on the porch. So Big H always came through with fat jewelry, gold chains, big rope, rings on every finger, the BMWs. I mean, this was like in 1990, 91. So anywhere from like 89, 90, 91. So back then, you know, he was doing it. You'd be pulling up in a BMW in 89 and 90. You from the hood, you know, selling dope. That was major, you know. So I remember we were sitting on the porch, we broke as hell. H come riding down the street in his BMW, sounds bumpy. You know, for some reason he didn't know me as well, but he knew Kenny was a little older. So him and Kenny kind of had a better relationship. He just knew me from seeing me in the hood. But my nigga Kenny, K Mill, we call him K Mill, he flagged him down. He stopped him, he coming down the street. Like, Big H, what's up? He get out, you know, and Big H was a big old cocky nigga. He was kind of short, but he was cock strong, muscle bound, you know what I'm saying? He jump up, chain just swinging side to side, shit, you know. We idolized this nigga, like, we wanted to be this nigga, you know what I'm saying? He get out, fresh in the motherfucker, like, what up, come up, give us all dap. You know, he had this cool ass, gangsta ass voice and shit. He just like come on, like, well, what's up, what's going on, what's up with y'all niggas got going, y'all niggas ain't getting no money. And Kenny like, shit, throw a dog a bone. Like, I ain't throwing no dogs no bone who ain't hungry. And Kenny like, shit, me and my nigga Duke, we hungry. We trying to get this money. He like, okay, say no more. Nigga left off the porch, got in the car, took off. Cause nigga stayed literally the next street over. So the nigga, within 5 minutes, nigga back. He pulled back up. He tell Kenny come to the car. Kenny come to the car. He point to the seat. It's a half a brick of crack cocaine, hard. Half a brick of hard in the seat. Give it to Kenny. I can't remember. I don't know what he told him to bring it back. Kenny was in charge of it. Here, get it. So Kenny took the shit, came in like, nigga, it's on. Nigga, we on. We about to get on, right? I'm like, nigga, that's a half a brick, nigga. At this point in time, like, I'm 16. Kenny had to been about 18, 19. I had never seen this much dope before in my life, right? So Kenny like, all right, so we trying to figure out a plan how to get this shit off right and get it off fast. He like, man, we need to move this shit fast. So if we move this shit fast, he'll see how fast we doing and he'll give us some more, right? We like, and then we can get more. So we like, so basically we're gonna move this shit real fast. We ain't gonna make that much money off of it. We're gonna move this shit and let him know we can move this shit and build some clientele. All right, boom. So he said we're gonna cut them up, and we're gonna cut this whole half a brick up in all 20s. You know, at the time, I'm thinking like that's the smartest idea ever. You know how many 20s you can get out of half a brick? So we get in the room, man. I'll never forget, man. We had to be in that room at least 5 or 6 hours or more, cutting up dope. Cutting up a whole half a brick into all 20s. We weren't gonna sell no nigga no weight. But we wheeled up, but we was gonna double up, nigga. We gonna double niggas up with this. Man, we had the biggest fucking 20s. I mean, cluster 20s. Nigga, wasn't nobody even competing with the 20s that we had. We made them big on purpose just to grab motherfuckers in, right? So we make the 20s. They so big, they chunky as hell, so we go in the hood. First of all, the fiends is fucking loving us. The fiends can buy 20 from us and cut that bitch in half and probably make another 20 off of it, or maybe even 30 off of it. Depends on the game, how much game the dope fiend got, you know what I'm saying? But man, they so big, right? So we doubling niggas up from other hoods. You know what I'm saying? Niggas finding about how big these 20s is. I mean, one time, this one older nigga, right? I did kind of some shitey shit. I ain't no telling my nigga about it, though. Matter of fact, I had to tell it because I knew the nigga was going to tell on me. But this older nigga, right, was getting work. So my nigga gave me I think he had about $300 to want to double up for $300. I'm like, so these big ass 20s, I'm like, you know, he take me, we'll meet this nigga, give him a double up, whatever, right? Like, so me trying to be slick, 20 so big, nigga, I'm chopping the 20s. Each one of them, chopping all of them, and I'm keeping the access. Anything I chop off, I'm keeping. So boom, I go to the nigga who's supposed to get it. Like, boom, he like, man, like, what's this? I'm like, nigga, so double up. They're like, nah, man, the 20s be bigger than this. I'm like, nah, man, that's how it is now, man. These niggas, they still ain't gonna get no 20s as big as that. So he like, all right, man, I'm gonna get it, but man, I'm gonna have to talk to Kenny, man, cause 20s be bigger than that. I'm like, all right, man, do what you gotta do. So boom, he did it, right? Boom, he took his shit. So I'm like, damn, I gotta tell my nigga, let him know what I did before this other nigga tell him. So I go back, I'm like, man, Kenny, man, I'm gonna get that double up, man. I chopped some of them 20s up. He's like, you did what? He's like, man, why would you do that? I was like, man, I'm just trying to make some extra money. I'm thinking this nigga wouldn't notice, or this nigga wouldn't pay no attention. He's like, what he said? I was like, the nigga said he was gonna talk to you about the shit. like, he said, man, what you do with it? I said, I got it right here. He was like, well, shit, fuck it, keep it. Nigga, that's how I was gonna pay you anyway. I'm like, bet. So boom, so I keep it. So I kind of probably got about, oh man, I can't remember, maybe $100 worth of dope. Just from cutting off of the other nigga shit. So, you know, we booming in the hood, we getting a little money. You know, as soon as we get our first couple of dollars, Kenny want to go buy outfits and shit. Yeah, so now that I did that, so now we coming up with a new strategy, right? So now we're gonna figure out we want to get a crib. So we run into this dope fiend in the hood. He like, man, I got a dope crib that's booming right now. People coming up there. And I ain't even got nothing to give you. I had some niggas in there from Detroit, but they left. So we like, our stupid young dumb ass, we just thinking, okay, he tell us his customers coming. We ain't asking, well, why did the Detroit niggas leave? Well, the Detroit niggas left because that motherfucker was hot as hell. They had got that bitch so hot that the police was watching it, but you know, we should have known that. With being young, really just starting to sell dope out of, you know, we just wanted to go where the money at. So we get up in the crib. First day in that motherfucker, we sell out. I think I went in there with like 2 ounces of hard, all rocks, all $20 rocks. You couldn't come with nothing less than 20. So I sold out the first night. Kenny come over there. I stayed in the house. I'm in there by myself, me and the dope fiend. But I got me a 12 gauge sawed off shotgun. That's my protection. So I boomed 2 ounces of hard in there one fucking night, right? We so excited. So my nigga Kenny come over there the next morning, boom, see what, you know, he thinking, you know, I might sold a little bit. Come on there, like, boom. He's like, what you do? I was like, nigga, that shit gone. Matter of fact, he didn't come over there. I left and went to his house this morning and told him, man, that shit gone. He's like, you bullshit. I was like, nigga, all that shit gone. He's like, oh, hell yeah. So, boom. He quickly give me another 2 ounces. Like, huh. Let's go back up in that motherfucker. Let's see what's cracking. Let's get this motherfucking money. Back in there again, another night. Sell out. Am I supposed to turn right there? We sell out again. So this bitch booming. So now through the whole, I'm in there about 3 or 4 days. We selling out every night. I mean, the traffic is ridiculous, right? It's getting so crazy. Now I had to get somebody in there to help me because it was just too much for me to handle by myself. So I go get my dog Turtle. Little homie, we used to call him Turtle, little turtle dog. So I go get Turtle. I'm like, Turtle, man, come on, man. I think you want to make some money. He's like, hell yeah. So I go get Turtle. So me and Turtle in that with me. We both, you know, we taking turns answering the door, you know, or running to the store, just doing whatever, we watching each other's back. So I never forget one chick from the hood I used to mess around with. Used to be my girlfriend. Her mom, you know, smoked dope. So her mom come in there. And her mom buys some dope, but her mom asking a lot of questions. You know what I'm saying? You know, at the time, I didn't realize. I just know she was asking a lot of questions. I just figured because she know me and she didn't know I sold drugs, and I used to be fucking her daughter. You know what I'm saying? So I guess she just kind of, you know, she just asking a lot. I'm thinking that's why she just being noticed because, you know, because I'm in there and she know me. But she asks us a lot of questions. How long y'all been in here? What y'all got? How much y'all got? And this and that. That's, you know, like I said, I know it was kind of awkward, but me knowing her, I didn't think that she would trying to set us up. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, she get what she want, whatever, and she leave. Another guy come in. This time guy come in. He like, man, I got $200. I'm trying to buy some weight. Y'all got some weight? And I'm like, man, nah, we ain't got no weight. mean, we had weight, but we wasn't finna sell him no way. He's like, I want weight. I want me a quarter. Can I get a quarter for 200? So I'm like, no, man. But I know I put him on something. You know, this is what I give you for 200. So he looking kind of like, nah, man. I need some weight. I need a quarter. He trying to act like he don't smoke. He trying to act like he sell dope. But nigga, I done seen you around the hood. I know that you smoke dope. He must don't recognize me, but I recognize him. Like I said, I was young. You know, niggas was looking right past me. I was a youngster. I wasn't really doing shit, you know. So he leave. So when we leave, me and my homie, I'll never forget. This is when the hot Cheetos first came out. Can't remember this year, but the hot Cheetos had just came out. The Cheetos, flaming hot Cheetos. We had a bag of those flaming hot Cheetos. We sitting in the dining room table. We playing cards. I had some dope on the table. I was cutting up, so right here knocking the dope. Doom, doom, doom. So boom, I'm about to answer the door. So what I do, I got me some dope in my hand, and the dope is on the table. I take one of my cards and put the card over the dope, right? So the card is on top of the dope. So I go up. The night before that, some white dude came over and sold us a rifle and shit. We bought a rifle from this white guy who came over, bought some. So I got the door and I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm like, who is it? Hey, what's up, man? What's up? I'm like, so I tell my homeboy, I'm like, oh, that sounds like that white dude that came over here the other day. And so I open the door. It's a white dude. So I'm looking, he like, hey man, what's up? I'm like, so I'm looking at him. I see he kind of sideways like this, right? Like got his arm down like this. He like, what's up? But he got on this blue jacket. The jacket on the, I could see the badge of that motherfucker say police. I go, ain't nothing up. And I try to close the door. That motherfucker push that motherfucker open. The dope. I was in the kitchen. I had my hands up. The dope I had in my hand, I just dropped that motherfucker in the sink, right? And then I think it was some water in there, some dishes or whatever. Drop it in there, but put my hands up. I'm like, oh, shit. Get on the ground. Who else in here? My homeboy Turtle come on, like, oh, it's me, I'm in here. So they came in there, shotguns, pistols all on us and shit. So I'm like, I'm kind of scared. It's just my, first raid. They got guns and shit on me. So first thing they asked us, where y'all from? I'm like, man, from Flint. Like, motherfucker just punched me. Boom. Oh, man, where you from? And at this point, we had on, it's kind of like what I had on now, but we had on the sweatpants shorts. Back then, they was called bike, not biker, but they was called bike shorts. They had the B-I-K-E, bike was the name, but like the sweatpants short. And I had like the college shirt, college jersey with the matching college hat. And that's how both of us was dressed. Back then, that was like the style of shit to get that type of gear shit, whatever. So they like, why y'all dressed like this? What y'all type of gang y'all in? We like, man, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, y'all from Detroit, ain't you? I'm like, man, we ain't from no motherfucking Detroit. See, they thinking we the Detroit niggas who been in that bitch, had that bitch banging, who got it hot. But they don't know we done came in there. We a whole new different crew. And so they think we from Detroit because they didn't got the word that Detroit niggas in there. So that's probably why the guy came to us like he trying to buy some weight, like we don't know who he is. Like we some Detroit niggas and we don't really know him. Nigga, we know who the fuck you is. So anyway, the cops, man, when I tell you they start doing all kind of wild ass shit to us. They made us, first of all, they made us lay on the floor on this dirty ass fiend carpet, just matted with just dirt, blackness, like you couldn't even tell the real color of this carpet no more. So they made us put our face first, nose and mouth into the carpet like this. So they found the 12 gauge shotgun. They're like, oh, you got a 12 gauge shotgun? Like, was you gonna shoot me with this? You gonna shoot me? So he talked to my homeboy Turtle. So he grabbed a shotgun. I bullshit you not. This is all facts. The police, I thought they were gonna kill us. Had grabbed a shotgun, put it up to my homeboy Turtle head, then told him to open your mouth, open your fucking mouth. My homeboy opened his mouth and nigga, and they stuck the barrel into his motherfucking mouth. And I'm laying on the floor right next to him. He on the side of me. I don't want to turn my head and look because they told me to keep my face down. So I'm looking at the corner of my eye and I see him with the barrel in his motherfucking mouth. I'm like, oh shit, they about to kill us, right? So one of the cops like, man, you guys are tripping. You guys are tripping, man. Y'all stop. Hey, man, that's enough. That's enough. They was ignoring him. He was like, man, fuck him, man. Like, it was basically said, fuck him. And he just got up and he's like, that's it, I'm out. He leave. And I'm like, I look up, I'm like, man, take me with you, bro. You take me to jail too. Let's go. You can take me down. And they like, shut the fuck up. Kick me in my motherfucking nuts, right? So then they go in the kitchen. There's some on the kitchen on the stove with some old pots and pans with old grease in it. They take the pots of grease and pour the fucking grease on our head. This old grease. Pour it on our head, pour it on his head. Go in the cabinets, open up some bags of flour and pour all the flour on top of our head, on top of the grease. So now we got flour on our head stuck to us with grease on us. This is what they doing. They just having fun with us, fucking us up, right? So then they grabbed the hot Cheetos we had just bought. My homeboy, they told him to stand up. No, before he stood up, before he's down, it was a flour pot. They grabbed the flour pot and just dropped it on top of my boy's head. Boom, and that bitch busted. I was like, oh shit. They fucking him up more than they fucking me up. I don't know why they doing him so bad, but they fucking him up, right? They done put a gun in his mouth. Now they done dropped the motherfucking flour pot on the back of this nigga head. Then they tell him to stand up, and they grab the hot Cheetos, pull his, cause we had on some like the sweat shorts, pull the sweatshirts open in his drawers, and poured the hot Cheetos down in this nigga drawers. Put all the hot Cheetos in his drawers, then had him put his back against the wall, stand up with his back against the wall, and start crunching, kicking his nuts, crunching the hot Cheetos in his nuts, bro. Facts. The police, the undercovers, the vice cops are doing this, man. They is terrorizing us, right? They fucking us up, right? So I'm so motherfucking scared. So then they searched the house. We had basically sold all the dope. And then they come in, and then they kept asking, like, where's my fucking $200? Where's my fucking $200, right? I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about $200? So I got to thinking, the guy who came who had the $200 tried to come spend it. But I guess they must have gave him the sit. That's probably why they ran in there, because this motherfucker ran off with their $200. They gave him $200 to go and buy something from us. He came in there, instead of going back to where they was at, he took off with their money and didn't buy no dope. So they decided to raid the place anyway, thinking we got his money. And he ran off with the dope or whatever. But anyway, I remember, and later on I bumped into that motherfucker too, and I was about to give his ass the business. But yeah, so the guy, he tried to set us up, and they were looking for the $200. And then the 12 gauge, right? The gauge, the sawed off gauge, he was like, one of the cops said, yeah, it was just like she said. They got the fucking gauge just sitting out in the open. So I'm thinking back, like, they talking about somebody who been in there. So it took me back to my the chick, her mother, who was there, one who was asking all the fucking questions. She was one of the snitches too. She was one of the ones that was coming in there to get a buy. So yeah, man, it was crazy, man. So they finally get us up. They gonna tell us to dust. They try to clean us up before they take us downtown, right? Telling us to jump up and knock the stuff off, dust the stuff off. But man, you couldn't get that shit off us, man. So we went. They took us downtown, man. Booked us in. Gave us Oh, I forgot about the car over here. This is one of the funny parts. So when they was searching the house, they couldn't find no dope or nothing else. We basically sold all the dope. We had a little bit left that was on a, and they found the dope that I dropped in the sink. Had some dope that was under the car, so they was like looking on the table. Then they lifted the card up. It was like, oh, the old dope under the card trick, huh? That shit was funny to me. I was like, oh, but at that time it wasn't funny because we had just got our ass whooped, and so took us downtown, booked us, man. They charged us with frequency in a drug house. They didn't charge us with the gun or charge us with the dope because the house wasn't in our name. And like I said, we were young, and I think they probably was scared we was gonna press charges on their ass anyway. All that shit they did to us. So they just charged us with freaking in the drug house, which is a misdemeanor. I don't even ever remember going to court for that shit. I remember I had warrants because I didn't go. I ended up having to do some county time because of those warrants. But yeah, that was happening, man. It was crazy, man. They raided the crib, man. It was so crazy, man. We used to be looking out the window. We used to see cars and shit parked across the street, just sitting there. And we wondered, like, man, who was in that car? Just young and dumb, man. We wasn't even smart enough to know, man, we was being watched. And you know, there's no way that could have happened to me as years went on. I was more. I think that, you know, you got to go through that shit to learn. So I learned, and I never put myself in no situation like that again. So, but yeah, man, that was the time I was in a drug raid at 16, beat up and harassed by the cops. So let me go. I gotta get out of here, man. Just pulled up to Walmart and shit. Gotta grab some shit for my lady. So look, make sure y'all go like, subscribe, and share. And remember, always peep game. Always.